Welcome to episode 3. Nothing's offside. I'm here back with Silky. We got my brother Poles here. This is our playoff preview episode. I don't really have a whole lot of energy today. Tough bounce on Thursday for your boy. Birthday weekend. And we overshot it. Hey, fellas, we overshot it. We overshot it a little bit. Shout out to Roxy for taking care of us. Shout out Shane Ball, Sean Ball, for those that don't know. Got probably, 10 grand, do you think?
I don't know, but hey, all I'll say is the night was off to a great start. Can't complain about the start.
We were high stepping. We came out high stepping. Yeah. And we left fucking crawling. So all night, shit happens. We had a little Asian guy get arrested.
Yeah, I wasn't there for that part.
I'm just finding out about
that. Yeah, you want to fill us in on
so I guess my sister decided to bring one of their friends from Montreal, and one thing left to another, and it's never a good idea to start a verbal confrontation with anybody in the law enforcement. We back the blue over here. We back the blue, don't we? Hey boys. Yeah. Hey, we respect the troops. We back the blue.
This guy was in one when I saw him, the Asian guy you're talking about.
Yeah. I have no idea what he was saying. I spent very little. Good guy.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if he's a good guy. I met him first time there, but said his name is John or something or Sean, but
whatever. We'll go with it. Silky, how was your experience on Thursday?
I had a good time. That was believe it or not, fellas, that was my first time at the roller.
This podcast is actually brought to you by Roller. Hell of a time. Good friend of the pod, Trey Taylor, Texas Star, Dallas Star, property of the Dallas Stars. One thing he said to me going into that was, don't let the Roller win tonight. And sorry, Tails, but she won. Clean sweep, 4-0. Yeah. I don't even know if I got a shot on net that night, but you know what? It's
like I told Shahi though the day after. Listen, they may have lost this one, but the thing about the Roller is she's always up for a rematch.
The Roller's always there,
She's always up for a rematch.
One thing you can bet on, the sun's going to come up and the Roller's always going to be there,
Does the sun always come up?
Hey, if the sun doesn't come up one day, you know that it's going to come up around the corner a couple days from now, The Roller might not be hot on a Thursday, but you come back, Saturday.
Yeah.
Roller.
Shout out to your girlfriend.
Ori.
Ori. But we don't need to go too much deeper into why we call her Ori, but hell of a gal and hell of a photographer.
Yeah.
Hell of a photographer. At the end of this pod, we will be showing, probably in the middle of the pod, some pictures and some of the tomfoolery that went on that night. Shout out Loeb for not stealing your girl. That's unconfirmed. So, we don't know yet. Yeah. All we know is that you were the one that took her home that night, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So we're good.
For now,
we're good for now. Check the DMs. See what's going on over there. But shout out Ori.
Yeah.
Shout out Ori. All right. Well, let's get into it. Silky was really in one there for a few days. He thought the world was ending. He thought that I was scared. I thought him, Dave Silk, Little Silky, I thought they were all I was gonna fucking drive over there and be like, do a wellness check, and they were all gonna be in the fucking floor, and I'd be like, what the fuck happened? No, everybody's alive. The Silkoff family is doing good, and you know who's doing fucking better? The Montreal Canadiens. They're in the playoffs. Hell of a story. No fucking shot anybody thought they were gonna be in the playoffs, right? Like, no, I don't even think Marty St. Louis thought. He was like, what the fuck is happening? We're in the playoffs? All right, sick. Is this because of Tyler Thorpe signing?
Well, they were playing well before they brought him in, but I will say, 2 years he's not in the organization. They don't make the playoffs. First year he's a part of the organization.
Yeah, everybody wants to say Demidov. I mean, fucking Demidov. Yeah, great. Hey, good job, Russia. Thanks for sending him over here. Shout out to the city of Montreal.
Hey, one thing I will say on the whole Demidov situation, I haven't tuned in to as many NHL games as I'd like to this season, but one thing I did tune into was that Demidov game. And one thing I will say, I've never heard a crowd that loud,
Except for when we won there.
Well, yeah, of course.
That was for a team, right?
I had chicks that I was getting DMs that night. I was like, holy shit, is this what it's like to win a championship?
I think there was some desperate housewives in Montreal that thought Demidov was gonna come fuck them. The way they were cheering,
that was. That was crazy. No, but seriously, they got a tough test here. They got the Washington Capitals, who confirmed or not confirmed are still drunk. We drink a lot of Coors Lights over here. We like our extracurriculars. Is that the word?
Yeah.
We like to have a good time. We are the Season Sharks.
Well, you. Yeah.
Show us the hat. Loki.
Shout out.
Shout out Brendan Sadra. That big glass of brown water. he got me this.
Hey, I got a photo of me and Big Two.
Yeah, why don't you show the people? He bought me this. Let's show him Paul's gift too. Want to open the refrigerator and pull out one of those?
Oh
cans?
yeah, for sure. These might not even ever be drank.
No, I that's why these are strictly off limits. These are
Just wanted to quickly show
the people.
Yeah.
This is the guy who.
This is me and Tuna right here. Tuna's another 2-time champ. So you ever see this guy? Show him the respect he fucking deserves. All right.
Yeah, we'll talk about the real 2-time champ in a bit here. Obviously, Horse. Thank you for gracing us with your presence that night. That was. He'll probably never want to go back to a party thrown by me ever again, right?
Hey, I wouldn't say never say never, right?
Yeah. Anyways, shout out Poles. This is the can. Obviously, happy birthday, old Buck Shahi. There's me with the old trophy there. Hell of a can. Shout out Poles and the Ori for getting that done for the boys here. But seriously, boys, let's get into it. Let's talk about the Montreal Canadiens and the Washington Capitals. It's going to be. I have no idea what the fuck to expect. I don't know if these guys were playing hard just for Ovechkin or if they were playing hard because they're like, fuck, they're all 39 years old and they're like, this might be our last season. What was the big news coming out of Washington? Like, obviously, Montreal's big news was Thorpe and Demidov, and their big news was re-signing Nick Dowd. I couldn't tell you one thing about Nick Dowd. Cool name, I guess, like Downtown Dowd. I don't like that. But other than that, like, good for them. Ovechkin. Who else is a good player? Like, who are the players to watch on that team?
Dylan
Strome, Jacob Chychrun.
I feel like it's a bunch of guys who never figured it out in their career, and they just decided, you know what, we're going to sign with the Capitals. Fuck it, they're giving us the money. Do we really know what the fuck they're doing? No. But you know what? It all worked out. I feel like they just went out all season, got as shit face as possible, and fucking they won the regular season President's Trophy, right?
You know what I do think is a cool.
Did they win the President's Trophy or was that the Jets?
No, the Jets won.
Jets, fuck. They won.
The Capitals were in pole position, and then
they
decided
let's
just celebrate this last week. But I will say one cool thing about this, even though it's a 1v8 wildcard 2, I think a lot of people didn't expect both of these teams to not be in the playoffs at the start of the year.
True. Yeah, that's a good point.
The Capitals, they exceeded all expectations. And it's actually, I just found this out today, it's the first time in NHL history that the teams playing each other back-to-back years were the last team to clinch a playoff spot. So last year, the Capitals, last team to clinch a playoff spot.
Yeah.
The Habs this year, last team to clinch a playoff spot. So pretty cool storylines. And a lot of similarities.
Where'd you get that? Elliot Ferdinand?
No, I saw it on.
That's a Silky stat. Silky stat.
Silky is our statistician over here.
Shout out HFTV.
Hashtag Silky stat.
I like to have a good time and hang out with my friends, and Silky likes to look up stats. No, that's.
I can do it while we're hanging out.
You're probably doing that at the Roxy. No, but seriously, I think I really like what's going on in Montreal. I think they got a bunch of young guys. Obviously, some friends of the pod, or mutual friends of the pod, with obviously our friend Horse and his teammate and brother for life. Obviously, champions for life, WHL champions, Caden Gooley.
Thank you, Caden Gooley.
Thank you, Caden Gooley, for getting us into this position, saving Silkov's life.
He doesn't know all he did.
Yeah, he doesn't know, and we're gonna make sure to tell him this summer.
Yeah.
It's a young team against an old veteran team. I feel like everybody is picking the Washington Capitals. Silky, tell us why you think, or what is the outcome that would get the Canadiens past the Capitals, and what needs to happen, for the Canadiens to have any sort of success in this series, and what does success look like for you in the series?
To start off, it's already been a successful year. Getting into the playoffs, I would say why Montreal would win this is there's no expectations. I think the pressure at the end of the year was starting to get to them and to myself.
Yeah.
Off the ice for them, on the ice. So now I kind of feel like they can just play loose. Why this could happen? I know it's a wholly different core in Washington, but we've seen this before from Ovechkin-led Capital teams have the best regular season in the East and just flame out early in the playoffs. Hasn't really got much attention, I would say, the last couple of years because ever since Ovi won the Cup, like they won 2018. In 2019, I've never seen him so chill in the handshake line after losing the series. It looks like he was just ready to get back to
Russia.
Yeah. So how the hell?
But hey, if I could add to that,
Yeah.
What Silky said was, in the past we've seen this from Ovechkin-led teams, but what's different is I don't think this year they're led by Ovechkin. There maybe the narrative is Ovechkin, but I think there's like other guys on this team now that are gonna,
Who stands out to you?
Like I said, I like Stromer. I like, Wilson's having a big year. He's scoring goals. He's found his scoring touch, and I think they're just all come together. The guys.
Ovechkin.
Yeah, exactly. The guys that have been there.
Protest. Yeah, that
But,
big old Belarusian. Yeah.
Yeah, something I heard on a podcast, like with Strome, he was saying that like at the beginning of the year or whatever, like their goal obviously was like they're chasing this Ovi thing, right? Like they knew like, hey, like we're probably not gonna make a deep run or whatever, right? Like they were kind of counted out, like Silky said, like everybody said, right? But I guess on their way to trying to accomplish this like Ovechkin scoring thing, they kind of like figured it out. They got like a really good chemistry going. I hear their locker room's great. So I'm kind of banking on the chemistry factor for the Capitals. I just think that their chemistry's so high. I think Montreal, they're just so raw. Like they have, I think skill-wise, they might even be more skilled.
Would you say the Caps, like for them to win the series, they're gonna like obviously play the same way they played most of the regular season, but they're gonna essentially bully the Canadians and these young guys.
I think
that's what I'm worried about.
And these smaller guys, like you got Wilson. You got Dowd, this is a big fucking team.
And the Montreal's, these young guys, like, I don't know if they're experienced. Like I know some of the guys on the team did go they have a deep run a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
But, some of these new guys like Hudson, like, is he going to be ready? Are they going to rely heavily on him? Like,
They will.
Will he step up or will, when the lights get bright, will he dim? So,
yeah.
But, yeah.
All right, well, let's see. Let's hear series predictions. We'll start with Silky. Don't say some dumb shit like Habs in 3 or something. Just give us your actual prediction for this series.
Hard overhead. I'm gonna go hard overhead in this.
Okay.
In this one, I'm going Habs in 7. If this happens, I do think it needs to be 2-2 after 4 games. At least.
Do you think they got to steal one in Washington?
No, because I think the Bell Center will be rocking. They got to win that first game, I think, at the Bell Center.
Yeah.
The Bell Center will be rocking. It's the first time the building's been packed for playoff hockey since 2017, because in 2021, obviously, it was like 10% of people there.
Yeah.
I was there.
That's true. You were there. So you can go.
I can't really tell you what happened.
How Montreal wins this is, I know Washington is a bit more of a veteran team and a bit more physical of a team. Montreal, in this scenario, I think they play loose. I think the pressure's off them now that they're in the playoffs. They're ahead of schedule. I can see the speed of Montreal getting to the Capitals a bit. They are coming in a bit unhealthy. We don't know the situation with LT and net or Protest right now. He's in practice the last couple of days. But yeah, bold prediction. Sam Monbo is going to have a great series. I think he's the most underrated goalie in the league. I was looking at this yesterday. According to some stupid analytics stat, he was, for goalies who played over 50 games, apparently the analytics nerds love this stat. It's their favorite stat. I think it's goals saved above expected or something. For goalies that played over 50 games this year, Monbo ranked 3rd. So Montreal.
That's pretty good.
Montreal, I think, is hard overhead. Obviously, I'm going to go Habs in 7.
Silky, let me ask you this. Let me ask you about the Habs power play. What do you like about it? What do you not like about it? What are you hoping to see going into the playoffs with their power play? Given the new kind of additions and pieces they have.
Power play 1's been terrible recently. I think they're 1 for 20.
That's not good.
Laine's, if I was Marty, I know Laine's been great on the power play all year, but I know, well, not all year, it's not recent.
Who was in Laine's spot before Laine came?
think it was Gallagher. We were putting Gallagher out there.
What were we doing there?
The line was gone for Demidov wasn't up yet.
So what is Caulfield's role on the Habs power play?
He's at the point with Hudson.
Yeah.
But I just read today he's going back up to the bumper.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
I think he's a bumper guy.
But I
like
power
Suzuki
play.
in that bumper, but I mean, we're just three assholes. Like, let's let Marty say that we fucking
let's let him
handle
figure
this
it
shit.
out.
What do you think about this coaching advantage? Carberry's been a good story the last couple of years, but like, I don't even know if this guy's any fucking control of his locker room. Nick Dowd, they announced, hey, you signed for 3 fucking years, you're gonna retire cap. Like, I guess he's only gonna play another 3 years. It's just tough dumps for Nick
What's
Dowd.
the beef with Nick
Yeah,
Dowd?
I don't know, but fucking Carberry, like, next thing you know, Nick Dowd is standing up and he's chugging a fucking Coors Light. Like I was like, you have some control over your locker room, fella. We got playoffs. That was before morning skate. You fucking finish a power play meeting. Nick Dowd's like, hold on, boys, let me fucking crush this Coors Light. I just signed for 3 years. I'm gonna retire at Capital. Like, fuck. I don't think Marty St. Louis letting that happen. You think fucking Slavkovsky's going in there and fucking hitting the pen? No.
In an ideal world, Demidov moves up to power play 1. Don't expect it to happen. It took Marty like 27 games to put Hudson on power play 1 at the start of the year. So I think he's going to let this rookie come in. An advantage. I know there's been a lot of.
Unless Demidov is just comes.
So that's the thing. He could just come in and
just be a gator. Just fucking do different shit.
I feel like Demidov's so Russian that he might not even realize that these are playoffs. He might think this is Russia and like they're just making him stay for a while just to hang out. Like, I don't know. By the way, why is Patrick Laine saying that he doesn't care about Ovechkin? Like
Demidov too.
Demidov too. Why are we firing up this fucking Russian bear? Like, what if he fucking just puts the Cheetos down and the fucking Diet Coke's down for 5 minutes and says, you know what? Fuck these little fucks in Montreal. I'm gonna go and fucking take this series over. We're gonna spank him 4-0. Sorry, Silky. Please still be alive.
If he says sorry, Silky on live TV, I'm cool with it.
But seriously, okay.
We gotta get to it.
Here's we could ramble on about this series for fucking 7 hours, right? But like, I think this is going to be a good experience for Montreal. I think that if they want to have success, they got to really put pressure on that back end. I know everybody talks about Chychrun, everybody talks about John Carlson, everybody talks about Rasmussen. Like, they got a good back end. I think Montreal's back end. I think Arbor Xhekaj needs to get back in this series. I don't know who you take out.
I know who, but it won't happen.
Who?
Mikey, Big Mike.
They're not taking out Mike Madison. I think Mike Madison, I think he's going to prove a lot of people wrong. I think he's going to be an X factor for the Canadians. I think let him get that shit out of his game. He had a bad last 10, 15 games this season.
Last 82 games.
Okay, well that's a little harsh. That's a little harsh. I actually think he's a great skater. I think he's going to provide some veteran leadership, and he's going to be a big part of that back end. Him and Hudson. I think just surprise some people. I think that if they can match the intensity and match the physicality of Washington, I think they have a shot. I think it's going 7 games, but at the end of the day, I think the Capitals get it done. I think it's Caps in 7. It's going to be a good experience for this team in Montreal, and hopefully they can build on that going into next year. But I think the Capitals get it done. I don't think they're going to go very far. I think that they're probably getting bounced around too. But for the sake of this prediction, I think they're going to win in 7. That's the Capitals in 7. Polls, I'll send it over to you. What is your prediction here for the series?
I don't think it's going 7. Like, I think the Caps are they're just, it's men against boys, and I think the men are going to give it to the boys. Pause.
Are you worried about Ovi knowing Montreal a bit too well? And
That's what that is.
But yeah, Ovi plays great hockey in Montreal.
Why I say Caps in 7, just really quickly, is you got to go to Montreal. Like, I think they get 2 at home, just like you're saying. And like, I don't know if you're saying that, but I think that they get 2 at home, and then you're flying into fucking Quebec, right? Like, you guys seen that movie Goon?
Yeah.
Right? You've seen that movie Goon? Just real quick, I'll pull it up here. What the fuck does that guy say? Talk more about the Caps here.
So you guys are both saying that you guys think Montreal's going to lose both games in Washington.
I think they steal one, but I'm saying it's just got to be 2-2 after 4 games.
Yeah.
I think they can. I honestly think they're going to steal game one if Protest doesn't play, and then I expect Protest to get back.
I don't know if it'll be 2-2. I kind of feel like it'll be 3-1 Caps. If I'm being like totally like just my raw opinion, I think it'll be 3-1 Caps. I think then Montreal will get like one more, 3-2, and then the Caps will get it done. Game 6, win it 4-2.
Either way, successful year for the Habs. Regardless, they proved a lot of people wrong.
Successful year for both teams.
For both teams, yeah. Correct. For both teams.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go through. So we all went there while Shahi's pulling this up. Paul's going Caps in 6.
In 6.
Shahi's going Caps in 7. I'm going Habs in 7. We're gonna move on quickly.
All right, here, boys.
After Shahi shows us his little how Ovi's gonna deal with it.
We have not pissed together since last time we double teamed Belgium's mother. Oh, and we pissed on her too.
Put that foot. All right, lads. All right. We're in the shit now. This is Quebec. Get your fucking game faces on. This is about to get ugly. We got 4 games left, boys. We only need 2 of them. Shove your dick eyes up their derrieres and rip their fucking hearts out. Let's go get them, boys.
Yeah, so anyways, this is what I think is going to happen. I think they're going to be all fired up. We're going to Quebec. We're going to fucking downtown Montreal. Has any of you boys spent any time in the beautiful downtown core of Montreal?
Yeah, it's got culture.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Okay, they got culture. They got beautiful French women, but fucking hell, it's a shit show. You want to go for dinner? Yeah, you're probably having 10 to 12, right? Like, you want to go fucking for lunch? You're probably having 3 or 4, right? There is. You gotta go for breakfast. They're like, here's a glass of red wine. I'm like, sir, it's 8 a.m., right? Like,
yeah.
I'm still gonna have a glass of red wine, but fuck, like I'm not playing in this series, right? Like you finish a game, you know, if you finish a game in Vancouver, like you might have 2 hours at the bar once you get out of the rink at Rogers, right? Like say the Canucks, like last year against the Oilers might have 2 hours to go to the Roxy and that's it, then shut it down, right? You go to Montreal, you get out of the rink at even if you get out of the rink at 1 a.m. You could party all night if you really fucking wanted to. It is a shit show. And that Shea Paris, you don't think that's Colin Ovechkin's name? You don't think that's Colin fucking...
Hey, Ovechkin's got his wife and kids
Yeah. But I think Ovechkin might even... I think his wife might even be in there with him, just being like, fucking throw that dough up in the air. We scored fucking 45 this year. We're the best goal scorer in the league. Fuck. Like nothing would surprise me. I think they lose a bunch of games. Did the Avalanche score there?
Yeah, they did. Speaking of Montreal,
that's good for Shahi. No, but seriously,
we don't want to throw that on here.
Yeah, we should probably throw that on the TV. What
are we watching baseball for?
We'll figure this out. Sorry to the people at home. I'm getting a little distracted here. Had a really tough weekend. Still recovering. Polls. Okay. I got the Caps in 7 because of the nightlife factor in Montreal. It literally has nothing to do with the Canadian hockey team.
But Shahi,
you could put you could put the Stevenson Sharks in Montreal until the Caps play us. They're still not winning the game in Montreal not because of us.
I remember, there was a game this season we were talking about like what to bet on, and I think Toronto was playing Vegas in Vegas, and you told me to take Vegas because you're like, the boys are coming into. Toronto boys, they're coming into Vegas.
I told.
That's a one night stay.
I told you to take Toronto.
Yeah.
Because they're going to win this game, and then they had the night. Sources were telling nothing's offside that the Maple Leafs had the night off. If they won that game.
Yeah.
They would get a full night off in Vegas.
So that's motivation to win the game.
I couldn't prepare for the fact that. Just like Montreal, Vegas is another city that never fucking sleeps. And they probably got off that bird at McCarran International and went straight to Spearmint Rhino. And Matthews was probably fucking playing for free that night, right? Like those boys. What was the score in the second period?
Dude, it was like 3-0.
It was 5-0 after 2. I was like, fuck it, boys. Like, we just had a good night live. Hey, you know why? They're like, All right, we could stay in tonight and we could hope to win tomorrow's game, or we could just fucking rip it tonight and just not give a fuck about tomorrow's game. Then they went to Colorado and probably got high as hell. Probably lost that game too, right?
Yeah, I stopped following the Leafs
Yeah,
after that
yeah,
game.
yeah,
I was like,
the
I'm not
Leafs are
there.
another story, but seriously, downtown Montreal, watch yourselves. It could get away from you real quick, just like fucking that. Great prediction, boys. You got
Should we move on
Habs.
to it?
I got the Caps. You got the Caps. Let's move on to the next series.
Yeah, that's probably the one we spent the longest time on.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
most personal one over here at Nothing
that
Offsides.
was off. Again, just stick with us. Stay with me now, right?
Yeah.
Stay with me now. Shout out Roach.
Here's we'll go into the next one here. I don't think each of us got much to say on this. Devils Canes. That's one maybe you could take your girl out.
I don't know. Don't take your girl to a Jack Hughes game.
No, I'm saying you don't have to take her
saying,
there.
I think you're saying like, hey babe, like I
We
know
can
I've been
skip this
watching.
one.
I know I've been watching a lot of playoff hockey. I'm actually not going to watch, even though I really, really want to watch Hurricanes Devils. I'm actually still going to take you out tonight. And you know what? Like tomorrow night's my night, but tonight is your night, babe. Right? Like it's going to be a snoozer, but I think you're overlooking the Devils. I got Devils in 6 games, boys. Six games, and I think they're taking game 1 tomorrow. I think they're taking game 1 tomorrow. That's Sunday for all people at home. Devils are winning the series in 6 games. I love Travis Green. I love Dougie Hamilton. Dougie Hamilton.
Travis Green's not even the coach of the Devils. It's Sheldon Keefe. You love Sheldon Keefe?
What happened to
I
Rob?
actually hate Sheldon Keefe.
Who's the coach of the Hurricanes?
Rob Brindamore.
You know what?
So,
I'm going to
okay.
send this preview out.
But-
I'm so sorry for the people at home. I thought Travis Green was...
So you're going Devils in 6? Or does Sheldon Keefe being their coach now change your...
Like, you know what? For this fucking prediction, Devils in 4. I don't even think they're going to get a fucking game.
Yeah, well,
Doesn't even matter.
I'm
Sheldon Keefe's the
going-
coach.
I'm going
Devils in
Canes
4.
specifically in 6, all because I saw Rob Brindamore being so welcoming to this new guy.
Nikishin?
Yeah, he
You
knows.
fucking kidding me? Like for all we know, this guy isn't even the right guy. Fucking Putin might have just been like, "Hey, Nikishin, stay here, fella. We're sending your passport with fucking Olga over here, and he's gonna go and fucking hang out with the Hurricanes." All right? They don't even know. Nobody's even. You can't even watch KHL games. I don't even know where the fuck you're getting. At least Davidoff, the Canadians were smart enough to be like, "Hey, Vinny the Cavalier, we're sending your handsome ass on the fucking next bird to St. Petersburg. Go watch this kid play." Right? Like, do you think Hurricanes sent anybody? I heard that owner doesn't even pay for the fucking scouts' phone bill. You think he's paying for these fucking guys to go to fucking St. Petersburg and watch a fucking KHL game?
He's
Not
like,
a
hey, how was the
fucking
game?
chance.
He's like, the game was good. Our player's good.
Yeah, player good over here.
Yeah, he's at the bar.
Hey,
Yeah.
don't pack your bags. Hey. They're probably sending the fucking line cook at the local brothel to be like, "Hey, fella, stop making those potatoes and borscht. Get on the plane. You're going to Carolina. Putin's paying for everything. Don't tell your family." Shout out Putin, though. Actually, I think that I think Russian hockey's on the rise, and I think he wants to keep those good players there.
I heard Trump and Putin are trying to organize like a.
Exhibition game.
Yeah, we're a political podcast over here.
We are.
Yeah, fucking, like DT 47, baby. Like, keep this shit rolling. No, seriously though.
Was Trump at the Foreign Nations final?
No, he
Fuck
called
no.
in. He called in.
No, he was thinking about Bill Guerin's probably like, this is a fake tournament. Hey, fella, come next year to the Olympics. We'll kick the shit out of everybody. Shout out USA Hockey when Mike Ruzioni's like, who do you play? Herbert's like, who do you play for? Who do you play for? And Ruzioni gets up. I played for the United States. If I was a coach, I would have been like, shut the fuck up. Stop trying to kiss my ass. But Ruzioni, shout out him. Shout out USA Hockey. Shout out Coxie, who got cut from that team. Even though he was probably the main character of that show or that movie, right? Like Ralph Cox. Why do you want to play college hockey, Cox? Isn't it obvious for the girls? And then Herb Brooks probably heard that was like, you're not on my team. We're actually going to sign this nerd from Minnesota Duluth, and he's going to take your spot. Even though I love you, Coxie. Thank you for giving me your very. Remember doing this? Thank you for giving me your very best.
Yeah.
Do you remember that? He's like, thank you for your. He goes, thanks for giving me the opportunity, coach. I would probably would have fucking thrown hands if they would have cut me that way, but that's probably why I'm not playing. And Michael Gill's my leader in life. Shout out Gil though. Shout out Gil.
Shout out California Cool.
Shout out California Cool. Bryce Kemp, man. Fuck, like what a beauty. Like fuck, I love those boys so much. That's my 1980 Olympic team. So, anyways, fucking who
So-
cares about the series?
Yeah, I said Canes in 6.
I got Devils in 4.
I got the Canes, man. Like the Canes, I feel like they're
name
always
name one Carolina Hurricane besides Sebastian Aho. Go.
Seth Jones or not Seth Jarvis.
Might as well be Seth Jones. Who gives a fuck?
Seth fucking Jarvis.
Yes. Yeah. whatever.
What's his name?
Seth Jarvis. Isn't he like a mutual friend of the pod? Isn't he like?
Yeah.
Robbie.
Technically, you could get him on, maybe. Yeah.
Hey, Jarv, you know what? Fuck it. Hurricanes in 4. Fuck me. What was I thinking?
Wait, hold on. And then what about who's the guy who got beat the shit out of Ovechkin?
Svechnikov.
Yeah, no, he got his face caved in by Ovechkin.
Yeah.
Handsome guy.
He ain't picking Malkin over Ovi, I'll tell you that now. I'll tell you that.
No,
But
where the fuck is Carolina though? Like, has anybody been to Carolina? Like,
it's like it ain't pretty.
Can you even get to Carolina?
All I know is that like the year Zion Williamson got drafted, he was going to those games, and I was like, bro, like
Zion Williamson plays for the New Orleans Pelicans.
But he went to Duke, which is by Carolina.
Smoke another one. Like, you know what, Shahi? Shahi's fucking -7 right now on this pod. But anyways, next series. I don't want to talk about the series. It's giving me a fucking headache.
So Poles is going Devil or Canes. Shai was flip.
I want both teams to have fun.
Yeah, he doesn't. Well, you said the next team's
Sure, Jarvis, you're a beauty.
We're all going Canes.
Canes.
We're gonna try to go quick here because we got 6 more series to go. We're already half an hour.
somehow.
This one I'm actually pretty excited for. Hey, both these teams, but Leafs Sens.
That's a good one.
I'm looking forward to
This
this
is
one.
the team that Travis Green actually coaches.
This is one he actually.
One thing I will say about this: the Sens have nothing to lose.
It's
They
true.
can just go out there. They have nothing to lose. The Leafs have everything to lose. How do you lose first round
a
again
team
to
that-
the other
to a
fucking
team that hasn't
one
made
thing-
the
one
fucking
thing-
playoffs
before-
since I was in
before-
grade 8.
Yeah.
Before we go into our legitimate predictions, Ottawa, Ontario. One of my sisters actually lives in the greater Ottawa area. She goes to medicine school, and I host a podcast. Yeah,
successful
podcast. Shout out Coors Light. They're not paying us, but we still drink Coors Light.
And wear their shirts.
Yeah, wear their shirt. I actually bought to the Denver airport. Missed my flight. Story from the other day. No, but seriously, Ottawa. They don't even play in Ottawa.
Yeah,
They play in Canada. Does anybody know what the fuck? That's like playing.
No.
That's like the Vancouver Canucks being like at Francesco Aquilini's like, "Fuck it, boys, we're moving to Port Moody, right?" like why? Like it's in the middle of nowhere, nothing to do. Even Ottawa Senator fans like, we'll just watch the shit at home. And then all these scumbags from fucking Hamilton, Ontario, were fucking driving up, being like, "Honey, we're going to the Senators game." Fucking. They're like, "Wait, why?" Because it's fucking 10 cents on the dollar to go watch a game in Canada. All right? Don't tell little Timmy that we're poor and I lost all his money fucking on Timberwolves money line or whatever, right? Like,
Timberwolves money.
yeah. Anyways, fucking hell. Yeah, but that's besides the point. I like this Senators team, but I don't like the fact they play in Canada, so I think the Leafs win in 5 games. I think the Senators get 1. Actually, I think they go to Ottawa 1-1, right? They take the series Ottawa 1-1, and then Ottawa looks up in the stands, and Brady Tkachuk's like, "Why does this look more like Toronto than Toronto?" Right? Like, and I think Toronto just piss pumps them. I think Austin Matthews has like fucking 15 goals in this series. Mitch Marner like is fucking dancing around and doing whatever the fuck he wants. Ryan Reeves, I saw him practicing with the Maple Leafs. Terrible hockey player, but I think he provides that element of like, I will fucking murder your
I
family.
think he rings the Coors Light sleeve.
Yeah, I think
I heard he plays Sharks.
yeah, he's a glue guy.
I think he plays for the Louisville Islanders.
Yeah. No,
You know, I have a bold prediction. I think the Sens take game 1. A statement game.
I don't give a fuck if I take game 1. They're not winning. They're not winning at home. They don't have a home ice advantage. They play in fucking Canada. Shout out Port Moody, British Columbia. But nobody wants to go watch a hockey game there. Shout out Canada. But like, who even lives in? If you live in Canada, move. Like, leave.
So
Fuck.
Shai's got Leafs in 5. Believe it or not, I agree. Exactly. Leafs in 5. This I know people say this. The Leafs every year. This is a different year. I actually do think it's a different year for them, somewhat. Craig Berube, Stanley Cup
stop,
champion
stop
coach.
checking these scores. I'm going to put the game
Craig
on the
Berube,
TV
Stanley
here
Cup
as well,
champion
so-
coach. And I think an underrated part here is Austin Matthews has missed a lot of this season, and I think he's coming into these playoffs fresh. Sure, there's a lot of pressure on them. There's like the whole pressure of the world because I don't know what happens if they lose this series. I do think Ottawa could provide a scare. I think Ottawa puts up a fight. I'm kind of getting tired of this narrative that I can't wait to see Brady Tkachuk playoff Brady get unleashed. Guys,
He's not his brother.
The guy had 55 points this year. Like what are we doing? Lane Hudson.
But at the same time, how many points was Jonathan Toews putting up back in those Chicago Blackhawks runs?
When Brady
And they
Tkachuk
were
gets Patty,
glazing him like he's the best playoff player of all time.
when Brady Tkachuk gets Patty Kane on his line, let me know.
All right.
Leafs. I hate the Leafs, but Leafs in 5. I think a competitive 5 games. A couple overtimes in there.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's fucking let's do some legitimate podcasting here. What's an envelope?
Cole's while he's doing that, who you got?
Okay, so hold on a second here, fellas. Hold on a second here. You guys continue on, do your thing. I'm gonna do some legit podcasting here for a second. Leafs in 5. That's what I got. What do you got?
Leafs in 5.
Leafs in 5.
I'm gonna go Leafs in 6.
There you go.
Poles is
Why the extra game,
an
Poles?
asshole for not saying 5.
Why the extra game? Because I think there's going to be one game where it's just, and like I said, maybe game 1 where like Ottawa, they just get that greasy win. They just get a greasy win. And I think there's going to be one game, like you said, maybe it goes to overtime, like it's going to be a close game. And maybe a Brady Tkachuk has his Matthew Tkachuk moment, and says, boys, let's get the fuck out of here. Let's go. So that's why. I still think the Leafs are obviously going to win and then go on to lose in the next round.
Yeah, that's most likely.
Great. Yeah. Perfect. All right. Next series.
Next series, we have the Battle of Ontario, and next we got the. That's it. You let me. We just talked about the Battle of Ontario.
Sorry, I'll just.
And next we got the Battle of Florida, one of the more anticipated series I can think of in recent memory.
This one hits close to home.
If it hits so close to home, Shahi, we'll let you start off here.
If Brennan Hagel saw me standing on the side of the road, he probably wouldn't pick me up. But I'm friends with his sister. His nephews call me Uncle Sam Monkey. It's not racist. It's not racist because I let it happen, and I just tell them, hey, when you go to establishments that might have people of ethnic backgrounds, don't say Sam Monkey. Just call me Uncle or Uncle S or whatever. Anyways, the Hagel family loves me. I love the Hagel family. It would be morally and legally and fucking all things unethical for me not to take the Tampa Bay Lightning. Tampa Bay Lightning are going to win this series. They're going to win this series in 5 games. And for the people at home who are like, Shahi, you're an asshole. Shahi, you're an idiot. Shahi, have another one. You know what? Tampa is a team, right? They're a team that they hold grudges. And no greater grudge than having to lose that series last year when they were undermanned and their big trade deadline acquisitions were Anthony Duclair and Matt Dumba. I could have told you last year that shit wasn't going to work. They lost that series 4 games to 1. Lightning are going to do that shit right back to them. They see that this is a wounded Panthers team. They've played a lot of hockey. They've fucking, they're tired. They got guys who are just coming off the IR. I don't think this is the Panthers team of the 2 previous years. I think this is a Panthers team that just wants to not play hockey. They want to do anything but play more hockey. I think they bow out in 5 games. I think Nikita Kucherov, he has a hell of a series. He has a hell of a playoffs. Andre Vasilevsky, right? You see his fucking numbers in the playoffs. He ain't letting that shit happen like last year. Last year he came in. I don't know if anybody knows. He was hurt at the beginning of the season, right? He's had a full year. He's had a great year. I think he stands on his head. I think he wants to show his countrymen and fellow Russian Sergei Bobrovsky who the fucking king is, right? And I think Putin's probably got Vasilevsky on the phone being like, "You better fucking prove us wrong, otherwise, Bob's going to be our goalie for the fucking Olympics." Can they even go to Olympics? Yeah, who knows? Putin might just start his own Olympics, and you know what? I want to go see that one.
The one for Russia.
Yeah. No, but seriously, Lightning in 5. John Cooper outcoaches Paul Maurice.
Yeah.
Nikita Kucherov outplays.
Two great coaches.
Yeah.
Two great coaches. Two great teams.
Yeah.
But Nikita Kucherov outplays. Who's their best player? Fucking Barkov?
Kachuk's back. So
yeah,
supposedly.
but who
their
would
most
be their
skilled guy
number one
is
guy?
Barkov.
I think you go down the lineup. Like, you look at some of these guys. They have so many 20 goal scorers that I lost count.
That playing in the series, Billy?
He did steroids.
Yeah, so that's a minus in the strength category.
I'm not a big fan of Ekblad's game, but he's I guess you could say he's a good defenseman. Seth Jones, he doesn't even know what playoffs are, so let's see if he figures it out. But I think this Tampa team has something to prove. I think they got it done in 5 games. I'll give Pauls the floor here. What are your thoughts on the series? What's your prediction and why?
I think Tampa gets it done. I think they're, like you said, pissed off that it went the other way the last year. I don't know about 5 games. You gotta give Florida respect. They did win last year, but they also, they got to the finals the year before. Like, they got experience, and even though they're coming in a little bit more injured this year, they're with that much experience, you just play through it. Like, where did I see a couple of days ago? Fucking Patrice Bergeron or whatever talking about how he was playing through. God, like, the guy was pretty much half dead playing through some fucking game. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Anybody got a wellness check on Patrice?
So, like, they might not be like all there, but they understand. Like, this ain't a game in fucking November, right?
I can't even write shit down anymore.
They know, like, you know what, boys, like, we may not be feeling 100%, but, like, fuck, like, we gotta go. Like, Nikita Kucherov's not gonna fucking. He's not gonna go easy on us.
We're on a 4-minute power play here, Dal. Okay, let's go to a series. Okay, Silky, let's hear your thoughts here.
Wrote about this on Aaron Silkoff.com. Shout out.
Hey,
wrote about that.
Well, let's put the link right here.
About this series. I've also got Tampa in 5.
Smart man.
I have the same thing.
He's a loyal man.
I have the same thing here. If you had asked me, Florida at the start of the year was my pick to win the East. Throughout the year, they've been my pick to win the East. After they acquired Seth Jones and Brad Marchand, they remained my pick to win the East. But just over the last month, haven't loved what I've been seeing. The vibes, they almost let Ottawa catch them in the standings. Like 2 weeks ago, this series even happening was a question.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna go Tampa in 5. If I told you last year after 3 games that the Panthers would be on the verge of sweeping the Lightning, you wouldn't have believed me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's going to be the case this year.
Sorry, Lightning on the verge of sweeping the Panthers, right?
No, and the Panthers are 3-0 on that.
Yeah.
If I told you that before the series started, you wouldn't have believed me, right?
Yeah.
So if I told you Tampa would have lost in 5. And also, before the year, I wrote on July 1st last year, the Tampa Bay Lightning's championship window is closed.
Yeah, I saw that. And
I was wrong. I thought Steven Stamkos is ass now.
Yeah.
Jake Gensel's way better. Who's their GM? Birdie's ball?
Nathan McKinnon just scored. It's now 2-0 Colorado Avalanche.
So that means he got a shot in net, which means
Yeah.
I have a plus 650 bet going right now for McKinnon to have 7 shots in net, which means if I even just missed a shot out there, he's at least 5. So could be an unreal bet right here. But anyway, Tampa. I got Tampa in 5. Tampa in 5 games.
What? You have Nathan McKinnon has 7 shots on goal?
Yeah, at plus 650.
I have another one.
Did you put that bet in at 1 a.m. at the Roxy on Friday morning? Like, what the fuck? How many shots does he have? Tell the people.
Before that goal, he had 4 last time I checked.
Okay,
so.
Never mind. It's fucking gambling advice. Go to Silver. Never mind. Jesus Christ. What the hell?
But yeah, Tampa in 5 games. A tough 5 games. But I just think this Florida team is also worn down. They've been playing a lot of hockey over the last month. If you tell me Matthew Tkachuk comes out and he's the best player in the series, or second best player in the series, and Nikita Kucherov's still way better than second best player in the series, I can totally believe you. If you come out and tell me he's 5% of what he is, I can believe you. So,
moment of silence for Steven Stamkos, please.
Yeah,
like this guy's sitting.
Probably shouldn't have that on a pod right now, but
he's probably on a bender. Like I would. My bender would be sad. I hope his is happy. This guy got paid at least. At least he has his Stanley Cups. He's probably got a smoke show life. But like, do you think the Lightning are as good if they re-sign Steven Stamkos and don't sign Jake Gensel last offseason?
No.
How good has Jake Gensel been?
Unbelievable.
He's been
unbelievable. He's a
unbelievable.
40-goal scorer, is he not?
He's up there. Let's check right now. But great GMing. That just shows.
Julian Brisebois is a
Does he play
savage.
with
Plays with Cooch, who shut out Cooch, 121 points, wins the Art Ross second straight year.
Yeah, Cooch is like
Braden Point had 42
most
goals this year, and
underrated
Jake
player.
Gensel had 41 goals. So
Yeah,
Cooch is just dishing these guys.
and they never talk about him. They never talk about Cooch.
We're at the end of his
You know
career.
why? Because-
Off topic here a bit. At the end of his career, we're gonna have an uncomfortable conversation where he ranks compared to some of our favorite players all the time.
You know, all these guys are in the league.
I've gotten a chance to be around this Lightning team a little bit. I've gotten a chance to see the Lightning at the GW Marriott Hotel before they play the Edmonton Oilers. That was a game they probably didn't even give a fuck about. But I saw Nikita Kucherov, and when I tell you that I've never seen Jesus because I'm alive right now, but that holy shit, what did I say? That man is the closest thing to Jesus I've ever seen in my life. Like when I tell you, you see those pictures of Jesus where they got like the aura ring around him.
Yeah.
Like did I have a couple in me? Yeah, sure, right? It's Edmonton, Alberta. Who doesn't have a couple in them? When I tell you, when I saw him, I was like, oh my God. I'm never a guy who's at a loss for words unless I'm severely hungover. But when I saw him, I couldn't talk. I was like, what
Cooch
is
is
this?
The way
I
he
so
plays the
cam
game.
this man in warm-up. I was feeling some tingles in my body that I've never felt before in my life. I was like you go to the Roxy and you see a smoke show and you're 12 or 13 deep. That was the kind of feeling I had when I looked into Kid. I was like, please, like he looked into my soul and I looked into his soul and I was
Oh my God! Look at that hit. Fuck.
well, we're on a podcast.
Sorry,
Can we take
I
this
just
shit
had- I
really
just had to
seriously? Can
fucking-
we take this? Fuck!
I'm
Try to
sorry.
relax.
Hey, just to touch back on Nikita Kucherov. One thing I want to. There's another one. These boys are just going fucking
Fuck,
ham.
you know what? I'm taking that fucking helmet off.
Nikita Kucherov.
I need a second.
This
right?
guy does he even break a sweat when he plays?
No.
No.
It's actually so cool watching him play a hockey game. When I tell when we go out for Sharks hockey and we're playing on a Thursday night and we're not taking a hard stride tonight, we just want to come back to the room and have a couple. That's how Nikita Kucherov plays.
I know he just plays like his skates are loose,
Yeah.
like his fucking.
Yeah, but he's so unbelievably good at hockey that I'm like, oh my God, I want you to marry my wife and I want you to have my children with my wife and then just hand them off to me whenever you get bored.
Just fucking put a bullet in me.
Yeah, just take Nikita, just put a bullet in me and just tell my kid about me and what's going on maybe when he turns 24. But seriously, Lightning in 5. Let's move on to the next series.
I got Lightning in 5. You got Lightning in 5. Paul said what? Lightning in 6? Or
Yeah,
Yeah,
six.
Paul just wants to be different. He just wants to be different.
Okay, we're gonna move on to the West
The
here.
guy gets a girlfriend, and all of a sudden he's like, "I'm better than all of you." Lightning in 6.
Okay, well, let's go to the West now
I
quickly.
guarantee you, this podcast a year ago, he's like, "Oh, Lightning in 5? Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah."
Okay, we'll move on to the West here. We'll start with the game that already happened. Didn't really change the series that's already kicked off. Didn't really
What,
change
the
my
fucking
opinion.
Winnipeg, St. Louis.
Yeah.
That's a series I'm giving zero attention
Yeah.
to.
Should we just run through who we each picked?
Yeah, whatever.
Honestly, it's kind of a
Winnipeg,
toss-up,
like-
but who gives a fuck, right?
Yeah.
Like, it gets Winnipeg, St. Louis.
Jets President's Trophy winners. I went Jets in 6.
I mean-
Could regret it eventually. Hellebuck was not looking too sharp today,
Yeah.
but neither was Bennington, right? So they hyped up this goalie matchup, and I think they might both be needing some Coast League runs by the end of
Yeah.
next week.
What
So
was
Shout out
the
Coast
score?
League, shout out
5-3.
Yeah, I think I had this. I think I had the Blues in that game. But
So I'm gonna go. I went Jets in 6 in my bracket. How about you, Shai?
St. Louis in 7.
And Lewis in 7.
Yeah,
Upset
sure.
pick.
I mean, the Jets do the same fucking song and dance every year.
Yeah.
Let's be sick in the You know why? Again, going back to this is the little intricacies that we bring to you and nothing outside that nobody else brings to you. Paul, have you ever been to Winnipeg, Manitoba?
No, and I don't plan on
No.
going.
Have you been to Winnipeg, Manitoba?
Yep, my mom's from there. Been there
Yeah,
multiple
my
times.
dad lived out there for a little bit. Probably why he's fucking, like he's sour a lot of the time, probably because he lived in Winnipeg. But seriously, you go there in the summer, I'm sure there's a little bit of fun to be had. Apparently, there's some good-looking girls, but they hibernate in the winter. When you go there in the winter and you're a visiting team, I don't care if you play in Carolina, if you play in Canada, if you play in fucking
Vegas
Columbus.
or whatever. Like,
No, if you play in Vegas, you're probably like, hey, can we just give them the win and not go? Like,
no, they're
of course they're gonna win every fucking, like, they can win the President's Trophy for the next 50 years and have a team, and they could just probably bring the Manitoba Moose up and be like, hey, like, nobody wants to go to Winnipeg. When you get to Winnipeg in the winter, you're probably like, I just want to go home. You're probably, like, their families are probably doing wellness checks on them, like, just calling them, like, after morning escape, like, how is it? Are you okay? Just stay positive. You'll be out of there in 24 hours. And they don't even give a fuck about the actual hockey game. In the summer, here's where it changes in the summer. That's when the beautiful girls come out, and you're like, you know what? I want to put on a show at the old MTS Center for these chicks, right? Like, I want to put on a show, and I want to win this game. I want to have 2-2 if you're Jordan Kyrou or you're Robert Thomas. And the Jets are like, oh my God, wait, why the fuck are these teams trying? Probably because it's summer, there's a little bit of sun outside, and, like, the beautiful girls come out. The same song and dance every year. Fucking, yeah, have fun. Have another great off. You guys should just not win in the regular season. You guys should not win. Just fucking lose. You guys lose every first round anyways. They're the fucking, everybody gives the Leafs a hard time. This is the Toronto Maple Leafs, the fucking Western Conference. Fuck you.
I want to do like a little exercise
you
here.
guys do this all the time. Why do they gotta do this every fucking year?
So let's try this. Stay with me now, okay? Stay with me.
Yeah, fuck.
I want you guys to just for a quick second, close your eyes, okay? Can you picture the Winnipeg Jets hosting the Stanley Cup? I just can't picture it. I just can't picture it.
I just gotta take a break after you said that.
I would have just had to turn off my PlayStation.
Exactly.
You know, pull hell of a run till the end of the podcast. What the fuck are we doing?
So yeah, well, Shahi's obviously going Blues. I'm going Jets. Bulls, who are you going with?
I mean, I'm going Jets, but I mean, like Shahi said, does it even fucking matter?
Yeah, no. We'll move on to the ones people are actually going to watch. And we're actually watching the game right now. It's a second intermission. Avs Stars, Mikko Rantanen, revenge series could potentially be the best series of the playoffs.
What's going on with Val?
Val Nikushin, he's in. Maybe.
So far.
Speaking of, that's the X Factor.
Yeah.
X Factor is going to be the doctor on the Avs. Making sure he's.
I wouldn't want to hear Val's being called back again.
Yeah. And speaking of guys who could be making a comeback, is Landeskog. He's supposedly coming back fucking finally.
But is it going to be the Landeskog we're familiar with, or is it going to be?
No, it's going to be.
Is it going to be a
It's going to be a Coast League version.
A Coast League Landeskog.
Coast League
exactly,
Landeskog.
you took the words out of my mouth.
Yeah, I just think him maybe coming back in the lineup would be an emotional factor there for the Avs.
Yeah.
I picked the Avs in 6 before the series started. After 2 periods of the series, looking good so far. But yeah, I'm going Avs in 6. Rantanen hasn't been playing great since he left Colorado in general, even Carolina. Looks like he's a guy who misses playing with David McKinnon, and fuck, why wouldn't he, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, how would you?
True. So I'm going Avs in 6. Pauls, what about you?
Yeah, I think I got to go do the same. Avs in 6.
We'll go from there. Shahi, you want to give your pick here, or should I keep going?
I think Shahi said he was going Stars. So, Shahi. Anyways, we're going to, I guess, move on.
Sorry, Tails, but we're going, me and Pauls are at least going Avs. We'll get Shahi's rapid fire picks afterwards. We're just going to run through these last couple series here. Wild Night, should we go with that?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. This Wild team was actually playing good hockey before the injuries just took them down at the start of the year. Like Kaprizov, I think, just came back. He was a Hart Trophy favorite when he got hurt.
Yeah.
Is there a chance of an upset? Maybe. Like, I guess I can maybe see the Disney movie where Fleury comes in for Game 7 and beats his whole team in his last season. But yeah, fuck. I'm going Vegas in 5. I think.
How has Vegas been looking?
Sneaky good. If you told me in 2 months they're hoisting Lord Stanley, I'd believe you. Jack Eichel playing at MVP level right now.
Yeah, that's
actually,
what I've been
career
hearing.
year. So they dominated the West, the Pacific Division this year.
Yeah.
Vegas, they're always making moves. They always got something up their sleeve. So
Yeah.
I'm going Vegas in 5. If this goes past 6 games, if this goes to Game 7, I'm telling you right now, the Wild have won that series. I don't know how. If this gets to Game 7, the Wild win this series. But I think Vegas makes quick work, and then Vegas in 5.
Yeah, Vegas in 5. I think this was the only series where I put 5 games.
And me and you were both looking forward to this first round. This is one of the better first rounds we've had in years.
Yeah.
And then the last series we'll talk about, the one there's a lot of momentum against betting against Connor McDavid here.
Yeah. This one seems to end in less and less games every year, and maybe this year it'll end in 4, but for LA, who knows?
Kings and Oilers, 4th year in a row. Gary, can we maybe change the format here?
Yeah. Fuck you, Gary. Gary might be retiring soon. So.
Yeah, but this is fucking. Well, Gary's been saying that for years. What's Gary's day to day? Like, really, what's his day to day? Hey, I'm going on to fucking ESPN and tell Stephen A about our ratings.
Yeah.
Like, who's gonna take over? Subi's gonna be the commish of the NHL.
Yeah.
No. I'm gonna go. So, if you told me that all the evidence is there, the Kings should win this series. They've been playing better hockey. They're healthier. It's tough to beat a team 4 years in a row. If you'd asked me this 7 days ago, I would have told you the Kings. But I don't know why. But it feels too easy for me at this point.
Yeah.
And I heard someone say it. I forget who it was. Remember all those years Toronto and Boston were playing every year?
Yeah.
And everyone would tell you, no, it's different this year. The Leafs are going to win. And how ridiculous we called people for saying the Leafs are going to win those series? Is this not the same thing? It's just not kind of the same thing. And either way, you look stupid at the end because LA has been a better team all year. But if Connor McDavid goes and scores 20 points in 7 games, you shocked?
No, I'm not shocked. It's definitely something he's done before. It's definitely something he can do. But I don't know. I just feel like, they know each other so well, and the Oilers rely so heavily on their top guys in the playoffs to produce. And I feel like the young guys that have been on LA, they're not the young guys anymore. They spent some time in the league, Byfield. I think Turcotte's played a few games. They got other guys, young guys, whatever. And these guys, they want to prove themselves, and they don't want to be the fucking part of the LA team that went out and lost to fucking Edmonton for the 4th year in a row. They want to we can compete now. And I think they got them right at the perfect time because. Right now, Edmonton, they're a little in shambles, right? They had these guys go out, and this is a perfect opportunity for LA. LA, if you do not beat Edmonton this year, you'll never beat them. This is your only chance. So I picked Edmonton to win because I can't pick against McDavid and Draisaitl.
What series is Edmonton and fucking LA?
Yeah. We'll get your picks for the other two out.
And then, I just think I still put Edmonton to win, but I'm not sure about this one because I really have a feeling the Kings can get it done. And not even in that many games, too.
No, the Kings should win. I've seen a lot of people saying Kings in 5. And
Kings could get it done in 5.
It should happen. I think LA's a better team. But
they're sneaky good.
It feels too easy. All these people are picking. I haven't seen that many people pick Edmonton.
Yeah.
So I just don't want to look dumb at the end and say, I'm betting against Connor McDavid against a team he dog walked 3 years in a row, right? And he's not playing his best, but he's still 100 points, right?
Yeah.
I think this was the least amount of games he played since his rookie year. Leon Draisaitl missed a couple weeks here, still on the Rocket.
Yeah.
Leon's a playoff performer. Didn't have a great finals last year.
Mm-hmm.
But
he was injured, right?
He was injured.
He was fucking on one leg.
So I may look dumb at the end, but
what are you taking the Kings?
I'm taking the Edmonton Oilers.
I took the Oilers too.
A lot of people
what?
Yeah.
I thought you guys were hyping up the Kings there.
No, I am. We are. We're
And
saying there's definitely a chance.
It should happen. We're saying it should happen.
Yeah.
It should happen. But everyone's just picking against McDavid. And not if
Give us a stat.
If people are selling their McDavid stock, I'm buying. That's my stat. If you can get the Oilers that even money to win a series with McDavid, fucking take your chances.
Yeah.
All right.
Against the team he's dog walked 3 years in a row.
Okay. Is it Throwing it over to me here.
Yeah. This is our last series, so
Wait, what?
you were gone for a bit. We'll get your
Yeah.
rapid fire picks at the end if you want to give a little discussion for the other two.
You guys
Yeah.
want to give a little discussion. Okay, I want all the people and all the fucking, I want everybody at home. I want you to tell your mother. I want you to tell your father. I want you to tell your cousins. I want you to tell your fucking girlfriend. I want you to tell your side piece. I want you to tell your local bartenders. I want you to tell your fucking guy who walks your dog. I want to, tell the fucking milkman if you live in fucking Siberia. I don't care. Tell everybody. There is one reason why the LA Kings aren't going to win this series. His name is Adrian fucking Kempe. You take a look at this LA Kings team. There is some handsome bastards. Adrian Kempe, Kevin Fiala, Quentin Byfield, that decor, like even that Jordan Spence, he's a little fox, that kid. There's some good looking players on this team. And you know what? You know what happens when you're in LA? When you're good, when you're a good team, you could be playing fucking racquetball. You could be playing a game of whack fuck in a professional sports league. People care when there's winners around. All the chicks in Hollywood are going to care.
There's no chicks in Hollywood anymore. They're all in Miami or Vegas.
What's the modeling capital of the world? We're the hottest models
Paris.
in North America. Don't say some
New
bullshit.
York.
No.
Yeah.
The hottest chicks are still in LA. They might not come around all the time. They might, go to New York in the summer or whatever. But they're gonna fly back. And when the LA Kings are good, there is a special vibe in LA, right? Everybody wants a piece. Everybody wants to touch.
Yeah,
Everyone wants to touch. Everyone wants to get their touches in. LA Kings, right? They have a special team this year. They play boring hockey, really boring hockey. But you know what? If you're a chick who's from Hollywood or from Calabasas or from Santa Clarita, it doesn't matter. You know why? They don't even know what the fuck hockey is. They think it's fucking, ping pong on ice. Who gives a fuck? But they want to be around winners. And Bulls, there's something that we know that other people don't know. And that's what being a champion is all about.
Not
right?
a shot.
We know. No. Silky's a part of the squad here. Silky's a champion in honor. Obviously we can give him that privilege. Take it, right? Something about being a champion, and there's something that the beer tastes better, the chicks look better, everything's better when you're a champion. And Drew Doughty and Anze Kopitar and those boys, they know what it means to be a champion. I love Connor McDiddy. I love him. I think he's great.
It's not a champion.
Not champion. Leon Draisaitl, Germany's finest.
Not a champion.
Not champion. Chris Knobloch.
Knobcock?
Knobloch, yeah.
Knobcock.
Probably got a big wrench, but right?
Probably. The way he's just so chill.
He's so chill. Yeah, that guy's gonna love his time in Cali. Just all that fun around him. Is he a champion?
I don't know.
No, he's not.
No, he's not a champion. Thank you, Silky.
I think he's an organ owner.
The city of Edmonton is full of great, hardworking people. Great people, blue-collar people. They take their paychecks and they go straight to the bar. They go straight to Shea Gentlemen's Club. They go straight to, they don't even worry about happy hour. They're like, fuck it, we'll pay full price. They're, sure, it's happy hour. You get that? No, sweetheart, just charge me.
They're there before happy hour starts and after.
Yeah.
So
they're those people.
they're like, why are some of my drinks less?
Yeah. You're like, sweetheart, you made a mistake. No, I want to give you my paycheck, right? Like, anyways, I love my time in Edmonton. I spend a lot of time in that city. I think it's a great blue collar. There's some rugrats in that city too, though. There are some bad people in that city, and I'm not going to get into specifics. Okay, you know who you are. People watching at home. People of Mill Woods, right? People of the Indo-Canadian descent. I don't want them to ever see a championship, ever in that city. Unless one of my friends goes there, and then it's different too. But seriously, the LA Kings win this series. Anze Kopitar, Drew Doughty, they know this is probably their last great shot at this. They know this is probably their last great shot.
I will say, Shahi.
Kevin Fiala, Adrian Kempe, Quentin Byfield. Philip Deneau, I know he doesn't put up numbers, but he is a fucking dog in the playoffs.
Yeah,
He's going to shut
true.
down. You're not going to shut down McDavid and Dressel, but he's going to make their life hell. Okay, that back end, it's limited in experience. Brent Clark and Jordan Spence and Mikey Anderson and these guys, but they got Doughty, they got Gavrikov, they got a champion, Joel Edmondson, that nobody talks about. Their goaltending. This reminds me of when Darcy.
What about Byfield? You like
I
Byfield?
say I already said Byfield, but this Darcy Kemper season is reminding me a lot of that Colorado Avalanche season when he won that Stanley Cup and he stole fucking $36 million from the Washington Capitals. Okay, this is a special team, and you people at home, if you have a gambling problem and you don't know how to stop, put your money on LA Kings. What's that number looking at right now? So,
I think it was like plus 110 last time I saw.
win the Stanley Cup?
Oh, to win the cup. You're going that far.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I don't know if LA's that deep.
You're going that far. Well, Shahi, how many games is it going to take the Kings to get this done?
They got home ice, correct?
Correct.
6 games. I was going to say 5. 6 games. And that's for you, people in Millwood. I hope you guys all buy your tickets and you go to that game thinking that we're going to push this to 7. But no, LA's going to come in. They're going to put you on the workbench. And that shit's going to be over. And you guys are going to have to deal with it. And you know what? The love I have for McDavid and Dressel, I hope they leave. I hope they request trades.
Well, Poles and I are going Oilers in a hard-fought series. Shy's going Kings. We'll end it off here quickly. We'll get your picks. Who you got in Wild Nights?
I didn't even know that was serious.
By the way, for anyone who's wondering, Kings plus 1,600 to win the cup.
It's a lot of lap dances at that old Shea Jones pub, fellas. I know people in Edmonton don't want to hear this, but you blue-collar guys, you guys put your hard hats on, your work boots on, and kiss your third wife.
Your third wife.
Well, they've been divorced twice, so give them a break, right? Like, you tell your stepkids you love them even though you don't. Take that paycheck. Plus 1,600?
Plus 1,600.
You can even find a better family after that place. Like, fuck, like this will be easy. This will be easy. I think they get to the Stanley Cup final, no problem, and then it's anybody's fucking game after that. But you're getting the Stanley Cup final, and you're gonna get plus 1,600 sitting there in fucking June when you watch them probably play against Montreal Canadiens and they work them 4 games. Anyways, Kings. Golden Knights Wild.
Golden Knights Wild. Quick pick.
Golden Knights 4 and 4.
4,
Yeah.
huh? And then, why is that? You want to quickly say why you got a sweep here?
I just don't know anybody besides Kaprizov on that team. I know that fucking William kid came up and they have him running the first power play. This guy hasn't played an NHL game yet, let alone has he played an NHL game? No. He hasn't even played a regular season game yet, and you're gonna put him in game 1 and say, like, hey, Wild, I'm available. Might as well call me. I can fucking come in there and snap it around, and we can still lose in 4.
And, last pick here at the game we're watching right now.
I feel bad for Bill Guerin, though. I think Bill Guerin deserves better. I think he's going to turn this team into a winner one day. I like the people of Minnesota. I like my time that I spent in Minnesota. I like the state. I like everybody on the state except for Tim Walz. I don't know Tim Walz, but everything I've heard on Fox News is that he's an asshole. Not my opinion. That's Fox News' opinion, but I mean, who am I to fucking to argue with Fox News people?
So you got Golden Knights.
I got Golden Knights in 4. I think that team's way too deep. I think they lost in the first round last year because they just were sick and tired of we don't even want to be great. This is getting boring. Let's just wait till next year. And they got their team healthy, and I think Jack Eichel and the boys are in for a deep run until they meet the LA Kings. Sorry, last series, Dallas, Colorado. Okay, predicament here. Chase Sack was my captain. I think he might have said 3 words to me that whole year, but he was my captain.
Who was?
Chase Sakic, Joe Sakic.
Oh.
He was my captain. Joe Sakic thought I scored a goal, even though I didn't score a goal, and he goes, nice goal. And I didn't have the heart to tell him I didn't score, and I said, thank you, Joe. I think I might have said, thank you, Jesus. And I think he looked at me like, all right, I'm never talking to this kid again. But anyways, great guy, great family. I wouldn't know again, but like I said, you guys said 3 words to me, but I did like my time around them. They were great people to me, and to the state of Colorado, and probably to North America. Like, right? Like, anyways, but any other time I would say they're up 2-0 right now as we record this in the third period. Dallas Stars look like they've never played hockey game before. I got one word for Jim Neal, though. I got one word for Jim Neal. Tails. Tails is sitting there right now in Cedar Park, Texas.
Hopefully having a Coors
And hopefully he's having a water. we want our boy focused over there, right? I told him, I was like, Tails.
Wish we could get him a Shahi can, but
no, we'll get him one for the summer, but that'll be after he has a great start to his pro career here. Jim Neal, you've done us a great service here and giving our boy an opportunity to play in the NHL. He's in Cedar Park, Texas. He's a Texas Star. I think he's played so well, in my personal opinion, that he deserves a shot. And I think you put him right in the playoffs, and I think he's a series changer. I think, I'm watching right now, who's out here? That's Lindell, good player. Who the fuck is 44? Who the fuck is, Silky, look that up. Who is 44?
Harley.
That's not Harley. No, Harley's not 44.
Whoa. Okay, well, keep talking to the camera while I look this up. Johnny,
Jesus. Anyways, Jim, you're an old veteran of the National Hockey League. You've done so much for the game of hockey. If there's one thing you can do for us here at Nothing's Offside, it's give our boy an opportunity in these playoffs, and I promise you he doesn't disappoint, and I promise you he's probably a series changer. Right? You're lifeless right now, Jimmy. You're lifeless. It's 2-0. This beautiful barn in Dallas. Like,
what the fuck?
I don't know what's going on.
What is going on?
I don't know. This isn't even a real hockey
So,
game.
assuming Jim doesn't make the right decision here and doesn't bring up Tails, what's your
Joe Hanley? Is that Joe Hanley out there?
What's your
Okay.
prediction? Assuming he doesn't do the right thing and doesn't bring up Tails.
I still love you, Jimmy. I still love you. You're always going to be in my good graces because of what you did for us here at Nothing's Offside and giving our boy an opportunity. Pulls, you know how happy we are for Tails. But I think he's going to lead you to a Stanley Cup one day, Jimmy. Why not start now? But if that doesn't happen, I think this is a hard-fought series. And I think I'm still going to give it to you, Jimmy. I'm still going to give it to you. Dallas in 7. I think they figured something out. I think Mikko Rantanen wants to prove a lot of people wrong. He's heard a lot of bullshit about how, Nathan McKinnon is the only reason he's good at hockey. I think that he has a great series. I think Tyler Seguin's going to be a big part of this series. I think Jimmy Benn. These guys know they only have so many kicks to the can left here, and I think that they get it done in 7 games. Somebody just hit a penalty.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah. So Jimmy, do the right thing, fella. Call up our boy, and I think you guys are going to get this done in 7 games, though.
That's all our series previews here. That's what we got here.
Should we give a little 5 minutes?
I was going to say, before we wrap up, does Shahi, you want to give any last words here to recap your Thursday night and thank some people?
I just want to thank a couple shout-outs. Obviously, Poles.
The show Poles for coming on.
Yeah. Thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks for coming on. This wasn't our best show, but you're not going to have your A game all the time, right? Like, you're not going to have your A game. Sometimes you need your B game, and I think our B game is pretty fucking great.
Yeah, sometimes the best.
Poles is going to be a recurring guest. He can come on whenever he wants, and I think the people are really going to like Poles. Our female demographic is probably going to really like Poles.
We have a female.
Yeah, if the Ori asks, we don't. If anybody else, if a chick asks at the bar, we do. No, seriously, Poles, we're champions together.
2 times.
You've been my best friend. You've done a lot for me. Couldn't thank you enough. And obviously, what you did here with the cans, that'll never be forgotten ever. Unless I cripple one day.
Because you have a bit too many of them.
Yeah, open it up. But seriously, thank you so much. Thank you to your girlfriend for taking all the photos, and that's a huge gesture as well. Thank you, Silky. I know we popped your Roxy Cherry that night. I hope you had a great time.
It was a fun time.
Yeah, and that party bus was a hell of a time with you. You were a good sport about it. You were like, Shahi, you're an idiot, but yeah, sure, pass me that bottle of Kettle One. We'll show some people some pictures here in a second. But,
Are we doing that?
we'll do that for the people. If you're a legit hockey fan, time to tune off. Okay, if you came here for Shahi, fucking dial in.
Two different fan bases. Two different audiences.
No, but seriously,
Okay, hockey crowd, you can fuck off.
Yeah. If you like to have a good time, stick around. Right. If your hero in life is Elliot Ferdinand, log off. If your hero in life is fucking, I don't even know, J.R. Smith, yeah, stick around, fellas. No, but seriously, there were some people that were at my birthday party that had exceptional performances. Obviously, California Cool, Bryce Kemp. Thank you for coming, my leader, and not only in hockey but in life, Michael Gill.
Gil with the clean shave, or not the clean shave, you trimmed the beard.
He trimmed the beard.
I noticed that after.
Yeah. I know people at home are probably wondering, well, Shahi, you talk a lot about the two-time champion himself, the Western Hockey League champion, Tyler Horseman. Horsey is what they like to call him around here. He was there. He was there, and he was fucking. He
was in his wheelhouse.
He was in his wheelhouse, and he was battling that night. He battled. He was in the corners. He was around the front of the net. He was, just playing WHL championship hockey that night. Obviously, the Gounders put in a hell of a performance.
Shout out Kyle Gounder for finishing school.
Shout out
KG.
Shout out him. First guy to finish school ever. No, but seriously, Kyle, we're really proud of you over here. What is he, an engineer?
Yeah.
Yeah, attaboy, Kyle, engineer.
Not sure how you pulled that one off, but hey,
good for you, fella.
Good for you, fella.
And shout out Jang for answering his phone.
Jang answered his phone on my birthday. He wasn't able to come. He was in fucking
Kelowna,
planet Mars, for all we know. But thank you, Jang, for answering your phone. Obviously, we talked about Horsey. We talked about Sean Ball. Shane Ball, as Lote likes to call him, but Sean Ball. What he did for me, like, the guy probably spent $10,000. That was ridiculous. And there is no fucking way we could actually pay him back, but we're going to pay him back in love over here at fucking Nothing's Offsides. He might as well own the podcast. Any penny we make just goes to Shane Ball, because, do you got $10,000 lying around, Silky?
I won't comment.
Yeah. Anyways, fuck. Shane Ball, Aaron Mahal, Jack Leung, all the boys, thank you so much for being there. Thank you so much for making it special for me. Thank you to... We got a fucking hockey game.
Yeah, we might have to sign off here. Yeah.
Did Jimmy Neal call Tails? What the hell just happened? Anyways, just really, really quickly, thank you to all the boys. We'll end it off in a little bit of a slideshow. Can you play that song where people graduate and there's that song playing in the background?
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's get it ready. We'll give you 5 photos. You pick your best 5.
Yeah, I'll pick my best 5.
Yeah. Anyway. Shout out to
So here's how the night went, fellas.
Shahi.
That's me calling the boys, telling everybody to show up. That's me with the WHL champion when he showed up. You obviously can see the excitement in my face and the regret in his face. Just kidding. Horsey had a hell of a time, and thank you so much, Horsey, for coming. Love you, fella. You're the best WHL champion. Gonna marry my daughter one day. That's for a story for another day. We got on the party bus there. I wish I had a good time. This will be special for the listeners at home who are big Silkoff fans. Obviously, me and Poles having a special moment there.
the last photo coming up here.
Shout out Adu, by the way. Shout out Adu. Shout out Adu.
The next guest.
You're the fucking best. Our next guest. Where is it here? Where is it here? I'm battling. Oh, here we go. That's how much fun Silkoff was having. A lot of fun there for Silky. And then just one quick one to end off the night here.
Shahi's looking for his best photo here to end off the night. There you go. Shahi's having a night.
What an MVP.
Shahi had a good night that night. We also had a great night that night. Also had a great time filming this podcast. Episode 4. We got some stuff in the works for episode 4.
Oh yeah,
We got some stuff in the works for
Coming up,
episode
coming up,
4. Episode 3 is done.
What are we gonna be doing here? 2 times a week for the people?
We're not making any commitments yet. If you're interested in possibly coming on, shoot one of us a DM, and we'd love to just get a community going here.
We're gonna like some of our like serious interviews like we had with the Young Buck himself, Tate Taylor.
We got a few of those in the works.
We got a few more of those in the works for the people. But seriously, if you're a serious hockey player, wait for the summer because hopefully we'll have all gone to rehab by then, and we can have serious conversations.
I just have one more quick announcement. Shahi doesn't know this, but we just booked our first meet and greet. Be at the Buccaneer May 2nd. Our first meet and greet. The final Club Buck night. We're gonna do an actual meet and greet there, fellas. So get there early before Shahi's gone. Okay. So
Shahi will be there until the lights turn on. They might actually have to burn that place down with Shahi inside.
So,
Poles, will you be there for the fellas?
Yeah, I'll be there.
Final meet and greet, or final Club Buck. We're gonna do a meet and greet. It's an unofficial one, but
It's official.
Yeah,
if you're in line there and you go pay for and you go try to get your first drink, if you're hot, we'll pay for it for you. It's just courtesy of the podcast. If you're maybe not hot, we'll still pay for your drink.
Yeah, we'll see.
As long as they support the pod.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Hey, we love everybody around here. Right? Like, we don't discriminate. Anywhere from a 4 to a 9.1. If you're a 9.1 hanging out at the Buck, though, life decisions like that is a terrible life decision. But seriously, come out. I'll be there. I'll be when Shahi goes to the Buck. It's a special time. It's a special time when Silky's there. It's a special time when the entire Season Sharks team is there. It's fucking unbelievable.
You don't want to miss
unforgettable.
it. You don't want to miss it.
It's going to be a hell of a time. Shout out to all the people for listening. We'll be there at the Buck. I was going to pour one out for the Buck, but it's actually our sponsors are now telling me that we cannot pour it out. I got to actually pour it out in my mouth. Okay.
Thanks for listening, fellas.
Hey, fellas,
We'll see
thanks
you.
for having me
Thanks
on.
for coming on, Poles.
Yeah. Love
Hope
to come
a
on
reoccurring
again.
guest. NHL playoffs underway. We enjoy the games. Win some money. We will see